Channel 10, you're 30. Let's go back over the last 30 years very quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just lost the picture, but what we've seen speaks for itself.
Thankfully, after 30 years, we've managed to iron out most of the bugs, but the gremlins still pay us a visit from time to time. Hi, I'm Tim Webster. Welcome to our 30th birthday celebrations. Channel 10 in Sydney was officially launched in April 1965. It was the youngest commercial player on the block. And over the years, we've battled to keep our heads above water. At times, it looked as if we wouldn't survive. But we did. And that's a tribute to loyal staff, loyal viewers like you, and the vision of our founding fathers. If you believe history, this is how it all began.
You're late.
A group of dedicated businessmen with plans to build the new TV network on a vacant block of land in Sydney's northwest. Despite the obvious distractions, 10 quickly grew out of nothing into the first purpose-built television station in the land, the most modern facility around.
It was modelled on the most modern TV channel to that time in the world, which was in Ireland.
Blimey, it looks like one of them new home units, love.
Then, in April 1965, one man was chosen to send the new 10 into the history books.
I had the magic finger, supposedly, yes, but it was on behalf of a lot of executives and staff that had worked hard to get it to that culmination point. Quick push of the button, as such, and we started. That was all it worked.
Then I said, "Hi, I'm Barry Spicer," which was news to everybody, of course, because I'd come from Newcastle. You know, apart from the press publicity, they tried to place.
A smiling, unfamiliar face.
That's right, yes. And a little later on, we'll be introducing some of our other personalities to you. Yes, what did I say down here? Let's see. Oh, yes, from all points in Sydney, eyes turn to 10, Sydney's new independent television station.
Here on today's television, 10.
From the start, Sydney was given a new style of TV. Brash, young, energetic, enthusiastic.
Well, one of these days these books are gonna walk all over you.
Channel 10 started with a very idealistic sort of program. It was going to be lots of serious television, worthwhile programs, more than 50% Australian content.
Television 10 means business. Friday night at 8:30. Dare you miss this hour?
10 had its sights set on the young.
Lots of things for girls and boys on Owly School in the morning. Ooh.
And another smaller. Watch the road.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. It all is yours on the magic box. TV is a magical thing.
In fact, our first special presentation, TV Spells Magic, showcased the cream of Australia's young talent. It cost £25,000 to make, more than half our budget for the first year we were on air. It almost sent us broke, but we had the big overseas shows to back us up.
Daniel Boone.
For the adults, there were variety shows, news and movies.
Television news, brought to you by 10's top news team.
But 10 struggled.
There were lots of moments through that time that we said we believe that the station is going to become a bowling alley.
Came in as a lame dog and it limped for quite a while. And then suddenly it got up and it began to run.
Then came our saving grace. One program that shocked Australia and put us on the map.
You want to know something, Harry? You could get arrested for what you just did.
He said I'm sorry.
Herbert Evans?
10 tried to emulate that success with other dramas. More often than not, we were successful.
Car 6 to VKC Matlock.
Yes, 6.
Joe, will you tell Bert that I'm heading out to the 3 Mile?
It's all happened so fast. People and programs have changed. We've gone from black and white to colour.
Come on up to 10. You'll enjoy the view.
We've even changed our address in the past 30 years. Even in my 14 years here, 10 has moved at an astonishing pace. And in the next hour, we'll look back on those programs everyone remembers. The shows that made you laugh, made you cry. Even those unforgettable bits that shocked us. We'll relive some of the most incredible moments in Australian TV history. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Buddy, I'm Tom Jones. I would just like to wish Channel 10 a happy 30th birthday.
Some of Channel 10's first productions were aimed at kids. The popular Magic Circle Club led the way. It starred Fred Bear, Nancy Cato, and John Michael Howson as Fifi.
Oh, you're nothing but an old copycat. Oh!
3, 2, 1, 0.
This is Space Station. I'm Commander Green. My assistants, Cadet Gillian and Cadet Colin and you.
Space Station 10 provided the first insight into the future with sci-fi for kids. The star of the show, Evan Green.
I thought this might be a good chance for us to activate the question scope and see if we can find out an answer here. Would you like to read out the question on this, Gillian?
What did you think about it, Mr. Munchkin? Did you think it was a good plan or not? I agree with you, it was a good plan.
If you're all ready, let's go to Owlie's morning school. Back with you in a moment.
Teenagers weren't forgotten. Rock and roll shows gave an unprecedented access to young bands and singers, hoping to make it big. One of our big stars, Johnny O'Keefe.
Let me take you where the action is. Let me take you where the action is.
Summertime and the living so easy now.
It's Vicky Forrest.
You watch the water falling down outside your head.
It was a very good atmosphere. It was a very big, and it was new, so it was really great. You know, you get the beautiful dressing rooms and the big studios, Studio A. So it was really good.
It's a drink to a showgirl. It's a make to a baker.
Say it with music, we had a lot of rehearsal. What we used to do, actually, it was really good because you'd mime, like you'd go into a proper recording studio, put the voice down, and then you have big productions. And you got a chance to do stuff that I wouldn't normally do, like musicals and things.
The night they invented champagne, they absolutely knew that all we'd want to do was fly to the sky on champagne.
One of the most popular programs in Sydney was a program which had been available for years, but no other channel had touched because of its cost. And that was on a Saturday night, the Black and White Minstrel Show.
Come right in, hallelujah to you.
Channel 10 became a showcase of Australian talent. We even got a chance to see the crowning of the King of Pop.
Oh,
It doesn't really hurt much, actually. Oh, thank you.
Is everybody over their first number nerves?
Yeah.
Oh, good news. I'll tell you what, we've just been having a laugh and a giggle because we've all been a little bit nervous and we now know there's nothing to be nervous about.
But of all of Channel 10's shows, none is remembered more than Young Talent Time.
Oh, we can fly up and away in my beautiful
Young Talent Time was one of those things that happened subtly. We came up with this idea for a show specifically by children, for children, called Young Talent Time. We had a minuscule budget, but from episode 1, it was a success.
This is little Janie.
Hello.
How are you? You happy?
I ride home every day. Good night, whoever that is.
Good night, Australia.
The rovers, follow the wandering sun.
For 20 years, Channel 10 has maintained a strong relationship with Australian teenagers. They've grown with us and still do today.
Here's Simon Townsend's Wonderworld.
You believe that anything can happen. You believe that anything is possible.
Right, wrinkles. Here's, Lord Almighty. I'm sorry.
I'm just glad this is over.
Silly people. I hope this is the last I ever see of them.
Hey, Channel 10's 30, but don't you tell anybody.
If it happened in drama, you're sure to have seen it on Channel 10. From the beginning, Channel 10 launched local drama production, starting with The Long Arm. But there were headaches on and off the set, and The Long Arm found itself cut short. In the late 1960s, our most popular drama was the police show Matlock, 10's answer to homicide.
Mrs. Templar, heard some shots a while back, went outside, found some bastard had put a bullet in young Jules Chestnut.
It established 10 as a credible drama producer, but not everything we made worked.
We're walking through an arcade.
It was desperate. It had to do something because it couldn't buy the movies that the other channels, which had more money, were buying up. I think it took chances, and suddenly it discovered it had the formula which would appeal to the public.
We nearly didn't make it at one stage. I remember stages where the paymaster had to wait for money to be put into the bank from the sponsors, and that was in the early years, but it was a bit hard trying to compete against 3 established stations.
Desperate times call for desperate solutions. So in 1972, the biggest drama of them all was unveiled.
Hi.
Oh,
no.
What are you doing there like that? Get some clothes on at once, it's disgusting.
Hey, relax, darling. You're too tensed up.
I'd hoped to be able to pleasure you also, but would appear I failed.
Word went out with number 96 that this suddenly television in Australia had lost its virginity.
Sorry, I'm late, Norma, but sorry, I was late, Theatre, but
It opened up a lot of subjects which were taboo, like homosexuality spoken about openly.
I thought you knew.
What?
I'm a homosexual.
And you really don't mind me not being a girl?
This is a bloody awful business.
Our next drama was also meant to shock. The Box exploded onto our screens, set in a fictitious TV station, UCV12, where anything went.
Have to put another 2 bob in the slot first.
Gas run out?
For the time being, yeah.
It proved that we could make them. We could make product here that the Australian public wanted to take a look at.
Drama lifted 10 in the ratings, giving the young station a profile it had never had before, and the shows just kept working out.
The brakes. They've been tampered with.
It's only a journey.
You know, it's a funny thing about women's bodies.
Yes, they're different from men's.
Our restless years.
I'd say they were very courageous. But then there were a lot of risks taken in television in those days, and indeed by Channel 10.
10 proved more daring in its drama subjects. Who would have thought a production about a women's prison would have done so well?
You killed her! Stop this! I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you for Frankie! You see?
I don't think that there is an actor who walked through the gates of any of Channel 10's production areas where these wonderful things were being made that would feel otherwise. Or pride in the fact that the products made by other production companies that went through and were screened by 10.
Please, God.
Into the 1980s came the miniseries, big budget shows that kept audiences enthralled for nights on end.
The second thing is you, Jake. Right now.
It's going to be real funny when you're in a real jungle facing a real enemy. It explodes when you step off.
And the yellow hordes sweep down to take over the chook factory.
I'm dead, mate.
Bitch, I'm coming! Just don't think I'm ever gonna get out of here.
Yes, you will. Don't give up.
Hand in hand with the miniseries came a new face of drama, the soapy, which became a Channel 10 trademark.
Well, this is a sight for sore eyes.
Surprise! It's Enzo!
Well,
Stupido! Ah, you haven't a look.
what look?
The one of my Bambino look.
Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours. Suddenly you're seeing me just the way I am. Suddenly you're hearing me, so I'm talking just as fast as I can to you.
Happy 30th birthday! birthday, Channel 10. You know something? I just can't wait to be 30. Happy birthday to you. Mwah.
I have a lot of other people. I have all the film unit. I have an audience, and I've got people out there to worry about. Now help me, please, and I'll help you. Thank you. Sit here. I didn't even do it.
What a direction to take. Can't stop soaring, can't stop climbing. We'll go higher, make no mistake. We're traveling.
If some of our drama programs shocked you, we also knew how to make you laugh. From the beginning, Channel 10 had some of the most watched light entertainment shows in the world.
We made it.
Dwinda, I cannot come home. Why, Dwinda, I came home.
By 1966, Channel 10 had built up its own stable of stars. See if you can recognise any of these famous faces.
Off you would go in the mist of day.
Like tonight's big question. Is there life on Melbourne?
I better not actually whip you.
Well, no.
I'll just crack it.
You'll find out on Personality Squares. And he is the host of Personality Squares, John Bailey.
We led the way in equal opportunity television in 2 decades.
Good afternoon, Rob. After all that, hello, everyone.
10 was also on the ground floor when it came to providing game shows. Our first, with the late Gary Meadows, shot to number 1.
And now, here is the star of The Price is Right, Gary Meadows!
Even the story behind our switch to colour in 1975 was a bit of a laugh.
We actually accidentally went to colour before the other stations, unofficially.
How?
An accident. That's all we could put it down to.
Would someone hit the button?
Just a little bit prematurely, yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Blankety Blanks. Thank you for joining. Stay with us. It's only half an hour. Even if you hate us, that's not long to bear a grudge, is it?
It's a knockout, that's the name of the game.
Channel 10 became a showcase for local talent, if they could bear the critical eye of Bernard King.
Tommy said you were a gardener. It's important that you sing to your plants with a hose in your hand, or talk to them with a hose in your hand, either, or shut up and hold the hose.
When tears are in your eyes.
Overseas stars also tried 10 Down Under for a few laughs.
This is a very special day.
You could be at your work, could be at your play, doing the things that you do every day. You'll hear smile. You're on candid camera.
And remember the time when you visited singles bars for a date? TV changed all that.
Alex Brown, please meet Anita Armstrong.
Welcome to Blind Date. And now, here's the star of the show, Greg Evans.
Mr. Bob, tell me something. You know, we've got a few little economic problems at the moment. When's the country going to be all right?
A couple of days.
And for 3 decades, 10 has launched the careers of some of the funniest people.
We're not trimming the tree, Michael, we're decorating it.
Colin, it's a whole month before Christmas. Yes. That should give you plenty of time to find something to buy for me. Some makeup, something nice and feminine.
Some spack filler?
while always keeping an eye out for the funniest shows from overseas.
Hey, come on, you've had your 10 minutes, it's my turn.
Would you be good enough to get out and lend me a helping hand?
Certainly. Thank you, Mr. Humphries. Hey, come on, Rob.
We'll give you a bunk up from behind, Mrs. Sloan. Won't we, Mr. Humphries?
I'll do my best. Good afternoon, Major.
Good afternoon. I see you chose the chops for lunch.
I'd rather have your fuzzy little neck.
Oh, yes, he prepares them beautifully.
What did you do with the money we lent you?
I got her one of those breast augmentation deals.
You got her a boob job?
Morning, noon and night, 10 has tried to provide variety.
And now meet the celebrities and learn a little body language as they play for the biggest laughs in 76, the Celebrity Game.
Good morning, Sydney, and welcome to the last of Good Morning Sydney for 1988.
And it's all just for the record.
With childhood behind us, we suddenly find ourselves going through strife and the skids.
Best still, over 30 years, Channel 10 has made Sydney smile.
By George, this house is a veritable cesspool of talent.
Hello, I'm Elliot Goblet, and a happy 30th birthday to all of you at Channel 10 from all of us in this bathtub.
To this hour, Channel 10 News.
There are some interesting developments taking place at the present time.
I, Charles, Prince of Wales.
The latest report issued here from St. Vincent's Hospital a short time ago is that there is still marked concern for Miss Faithful's condition.
There's a lot of men dying over here for no reason at all.
They call it the flagship of television stations. Many programmers believe if people watch news and current affairs, they'll stay with you throughout the night. With that in mind, 10 launched in a big way into news, current affairs and sport in 1965.
Channels weren't doing it in those days. They did. They were trailblazers in many, many ways.
Barry Spicer was our first newsreader, and in 1966 he joined Jan Leeming with the first double-headed news service.
Some months into broadcasting, it was suggested that Jan should read the news in tandem with me, and I had no objections to that. And so we did.
The first night that I went on, which was the opening night of Channel 10, was the first time I'd ever appeared on television anywhere in the world. So you can imagine how I felt. I was absolutely petrified.
Another first for 10, the first nightly current affairs show.
Telescope was the very first to follow the news and comment on the news, and it also was the first one to say, well, we're not going to be absolutely irreverent about anything.
Back in the late 70s, early 80s, Channel 10 was big. Everything was big. The studios were big. The sound.
Flushed with the success of our nighttime dramas and soapies, 10 embarked on a news crusade. Eyewitness News grew to 1 hour with 2 newsreaders, an Australian first.
When we first started, there was a lot of criticism, of course, you know, the two-headed news and the talk about happy chat, etc. But we finally buried that, I think, and we were a very credible news service.
So that's how Eyewitness News is put together on a day-to-day basis.
Miracle, isn't it? Not a lot of pressure, apart from the fact you felt a bit like a stegosaurus on display. There was a lot of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure at the time because, as I said, I was fairly young.
Fred the Snake. I believe behind you also, Mandy, you've got
A special little mate. I'm sorry.
10 broke new ground with early morning variety and news in Good Morning Australia.
And morning, Ralph. We'll take a break.
It also saw the emergence of two new news talents, Ron Wilson and yours truly.
Intermittent rain and bad light. Australia are in a good position after the first day's play.
Well, that's the early morning edition of Eyewitness News for this Thursday. Good Morning Australia follows in a few minutes' time. For quite a number of years, the best part of 10 years, I was the newsreader on Good Morning Australia. Did someone say golf crisis? And I have to say that really was probably the most fun time because it was full of personalities. Kerry-Anne Kennelly was around and Gordon Elliott and lots of different faces over the years again on that show.
For many of today's household names, 10 was the launching pad.
Good morning, Australia. It's Tuesday, February 24th. I'm Sue Kellaway.
And I'm Gordon Elliott.
Good evening. Making news tonight, Andrew Peacock concedes election defeat and calls it quits.
Well, joining me now is the chairman of the Prince of Wales Hospital, Professor Beveridge.
I've had 10 co-readers over my 16 years here.
Will Lindy Chamberlain get a fair trial when she steps into the dock of the Darwin Supreme Court on Monday?
Not just in news, but in current affairs, 10 dared to be different, even if we weren't always successful.
Got the interview.
Next flight to Chicago.
Victoria.
A good, credible, international current affairs program, and Page One was. I think most people you speak to in our industry, in the news current affairs industry, would say it was a damn good program.
Good evening, Australia. I know this will not endear me to a lot of sports crazy and nationalistic and jingoistic people in this country.
Well, the ratings last night demonstrated that the public made up their own minds.
10 was also the first to launch an exclusive late-night news program.
I think it was a very brave and a very adventurous decision by Channel 10 to introduce the late night news as they did 4 years ago.
And we were the first to dare to bring a nightly sports show to TV. Close look at cricket's latest television innovation, the highlights of the first one-day from Barbados. Despite trials and tribulations, 10 continues to set new standards in news.
Good evening, I'm Juanita Phillips.
And in the Sydney newsroom, I'm Ron Wilson.
I can still remember the opening of Channel 10 in 1965. It was huge, and you're still doing some huge things. Congratulations, Channel 10. 30 years.
You're finished! You've gone as far as you're gonna go!
This is what the critics have been saying about Channel 10 for almost 30 years. But we proved them wrong. And in 1995, 10 is leaner and stronger than ever before.
Forget your ratings, really, because I think that there's a loyalty too among people that switch to 10 and they just hang in there and watch the programs.
10 has been accused of being the Franklins of television. But I think that's a little unfair because you know, 10 has made a lot of money in its day. It's had some ups and downs, but then again, so have the other stations, and they're still in there, and they're coming around again.
10 has battled. We're the first to admit it. We've seen numerous owners in the past 30 years.
It's difficult to tell from this vantage point whether they will consume the captive Earthmen or merely enslave them.
Television networks are a bit like racehorses. There's always an owner, there's always a new owner, there's always somebody that thinks they can make it run faster.
10 has changed a lot over the years and has probably changed over the 16 years that I've been here more than any other of the stations, because they had a lot of financial troubles there and that forced change. But today, the way Channel 10 is, and you can see from the profit results as a company, that 10 now is actually leading the field in the way I think television stations will be as we head towards the turn of the century.
Channel 10 in 1995 is a far different animal to the one that emerged 30 years ago. Now, like then, we have a huge teen audience, thanks to some of the most watched shows on television.
You say anything to anybody, I swear to God, I'll kill you.
About 5 minutes.
Jocelyn's coming for a visit, and she's bringing a man.
Oh, what a great hostess gift. Gee, I hope she knows my size.
I'd like to see it a little cheekier, a little bit more urbane. I'd like to see it innovative. I'd like to see us have the capacity to surprise people with the cricket.
And in 1995, 10 continues to provide some of the most watched drama, information and sport.
It's not all art. At the end of the day, it has to make a profit for the owners, and I think perhaps 10 today is better placed than any of the other stations.
The Last Shout.
Okay, it's time now to look at some of the great products in the I Am range, another wonderful range of products, as we welcome back to the show Carol Selvarajah, who at the moment is watching a monitor.
And we'll survive the onslaught of pay TV?
Oh, I think we are the best equipped.
So, with 30 down, let's aim at 30 more.
It's had its battles over 30 years, but I'd like to be invited back for the 50th anniversary, shall I survive, of course.
One of the things about working at Channel 10 is that it's very much a people industry, and Channel 10's always been a real people place. Yeah. And you become part of the family when you're here over the years. You watch people grow and develop.
Mates, don't you?
And I think that's probably the whole secret to it. It is just become a big family to most of us, I think.
And I think we've got lots of friends who we've all made friends in the business as well through Channel 10, and I think that's important. Anyway, guys.
Speaking of part of the family.
There she is.
Now we're all 30 again, and happy birthday to us, and let's have 3 cheers for Channel 10.
Okay.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.